Hello again. Welcome back to Untrap Your Story, where emotional time travel meets poetic science. Today we're unpacking a question that's been circling around a little bit lately, and it is, how do you know if the way you are is who you are or if it's just a trauma response? So the way that we're going to figure that out, we're going to do it together. Once you do figure that out, right, the next question is, okay, well, what am I supposed to do with that? Hopefully I'll be able to give you some of those answers. So let's start with the hard truth. Trauma doesn't just change what you fear, it also changes what you value. It changes what you notice, it changes what you normalize, what you name as, oh, this is just me, okay? So you have to be careful, being like, oh, this is just me. This is the way that I am. I was born this way. Maybe, but maybe not. So when I hear someone say, oh, I'm just super independent, I don't need help from anybody, not ever. Or I don't like asking for help. Or I hate conflict. I'm a peacemaker. I'm the peacekeeper always. Or I'm just the reliable one in my family. Everybody else is unreliable. If they say things like that, I kind of pause, because it might be your personality, but it also might be your trap type. So let's redefine what I mean when I say your trap type. So trap, if you remember, stands for trigger, reflect, anchor, and then practice. But before that even starts, there's a default identity that gets built from your most repeated trauma response, okay? So I call them your trap types. And so they are the ghoster, which is equivalent to freeze, the flare-up, which is equivalent to fight, the fixer, which is fawn, and then the invisible load bearer, which is flight, right? Those are the ones who just take off. And you didn't just react that way once. You built your life around it as a strategy. And that's where things start to get a little bit tricky, because trauma over time starts to look like, oh, this is just my personality, right? And again, maybe it is, but maybe it isn't. So let's try to figure that out. So here's the thing. Your personality is your pattern plus your freedom. And your trauma response is your pattern minus your choice. So you have to start to begin to ask yourself a couple of questions. The first one is, can I choose differently when I want to? Can you? The second one is, does this behavior still serve me, or is it exhausting me? And then the next one is, do I feel calm when I do this, or am I just feeling safe from being hurt? Because if it's a trauma response, it'll be reflexive. It'll be heavy. It'll be hard to stop. If it's your personality, it won't cost you your nervous system piece, right? It'll be easy to do. So once you know which one it is, then what, right? So if it is a trauma response, you use the trap framework. So you pause at the trigger, right? Just pause. And then you reflect on the belief underneath. You anchor back into safety through your body, not just through your thoughts. And then you practice a new way to just be gentle with yourself, okay? Now, if it is your personality, I love that for you. So honor it, right? But still check in with yourself to make sure that it's aligned with your values, right? Give yourself permission to evolve. You don't have to fix what's broken, especially if you don't think that it's broken. But you do have to make sure it wasn't built out of survival and to have to do that alone, okay? So maybe you're not just independent. Maybe you're hyper independent, right? And maybe you're hyper independent because every time you needed help, maybe nobody came. Or maybe you are actually independent, and now that you feel safe, you're not like afraid to receive like that kind of help, right? Or maybe you're not just low maintenance. Maybe you've learned to stop having needs, right? Think about that for a minute. Have you stopped learning to have needs? But that doesn't mean that your needs stop existing just because you don't think that you need something. So just know this, that you're not broken, but some of your patterns might be built on a blueprint that you didn't choose. and you deserve to update that type of architecture. So here's your reflection for today. All right. What parts of you feel like freedom? And what parts feel like performance? You don't need to answer right now. Just notice, right? Just kind of think about those for a little bit. Let them marinate. That's how your story starts to shift. And if you want help naming your trap type, I have a quiz and some tools coming soon. But for now, hit subscribe, share this with someone that you believe could be useful for. And just remember that who you are isn't just who you had to be, right? It was really important about who it is that you become. So until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.